Hi there. This is Richard Sturbin with the Oak Ridge Boys, and you're listening to Rock on Radio with producer Claire.
Well,
It was very nice of you to let me play that.
yes. Well, I had to throw you something.
After I hooked up all these chords and stuff.
That's right. Yeah, welcome to Rock on Radio, the Spaghetti Edition. We have got quite the full house here this
Yes, we
evening.
do.
Producer Claire is here. I'm Danny Coleman. We have special guests. Yeah, Madison's
yeah.
here. It's like, you know what? I feel like Patrick Swayze because we put Maddie in a corner.
No one puts Maddie in a corner.
Another fine social media presentation this week, Madison. Bruce said it, and I agreed. You're the best.
That's right.
There you go. Fantastic. And we have a special friend here. We have Mr. Art Varga, right?
Nice.
Art is here.
Hey, Art.
Art is filming, and he doesn't know what he's getting himself into. He has to interview me afterwards, so we'll be hanging out for a little bit for a project coming down the road.
Very cool.
So that's pretty cool. And then we have what? And I'm sorry, what is your name? Nobody told me who you were. Jolie. Ah, we have Jolie. She's with one of the. I'm just going to leave it at bad boys. At least she came in with one of the bad boys. So we'll go with that. And everybody else, okay, everybody else is banned here. All right. Fantastic. Welcome to Rock on Radio. I am Danny Coleman, and Rock on Radio is sponsored by O'Connor's American Bar and Grill of East Hampton, Mount Holly, New Jersey. They are the official caterers of Rock on Radio. Lillipie's of Princeton, located inside the Princeton Shopping Center at 301 North Harrison Street. Lillipie's is the official dessert provider of Rock on Radio. The Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation. Go to jsjbf.org and find out all the fantastic things that the Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation does, not only for its members, musicians, but the community and schools as well. Drew a blank there for a second, Claire. I'm blanking out.
Sorry, I'm
no,
working.
only because never mind. Phoenix Art Supply and Framing. They are perched at Route 611, otherwise known as Southeastern Road in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Jenny Schaefer has been providing quality framework and art supplies to the Doylestown, Pennsylvania area for more than 40 years. Mm-hmm. Talked to Chuck yesterday. He wants to go to breakfast.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so I'll
Very
be having
nice.
breakfast with Chuck.
Nice.
When I worked over in Langhorne for that year with BC,
Okay.
Chuck lives in Yardley. So
Not too far.
every now and then he'd call me up. I got a bunch of Taco Bell coupons. Let's go to breakfast. We're Friendlies. We go to Friendlies and we have breakfast before I went to
sick
work.
the whole day.
That's how I got to be. That's how I got. It's going to go in my memoir. That's how I became 450 pounds. Chuck Schaefer will get
It's all
the blame.
Chuck's fault.
No. Phoenix Art Supply and Framing, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Asbury Park Vibes. If you go to asburyparkvibes.com, if you are a band, solo artist, realtor, anybody who needs a photographer, Diane and Doug have 15 of them. 15 staff photographers who like to go out and shoot local and national acts, East Coast touring acts, or they may go other places. I'm not sure. They got a great podcast. They also do website bios and press releases, and they allow us to invade every December and have the Rock on Radio Christmas Spectacular there this year.
That's true.
This one, all 4 hours, where I strap myself in a chair.
And we feed you eggnog.
And you feed me eggnog and other whiskeys. Homemade eggnog, too.
He makes it.
Yeah, I make it. And, that time of year, the Three Spirits will be visiting shortly.
Nice.
I'm telling you. So,
It's the only time I drink eggnog.
well, Homemade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Eggs, heavy cream, sugar.
That's when I write the book, How I Became 450 pounds.
Of alcohol. But AsburyParkVibes.com if you want that to happen. And we will be there on December 6th.
Yes, we will.
The Rock on Radio Christmas party.
Mm-hmm.
I
Stop
know
on
you
by.
guys drove like you left last week to get here today. So I'm not sure, but you're welcome to attend if you want. Madison, you might be the one to drive. All right.
She's in. She's
So,
in.
Dee Dee's Lights. Dee Dee is the official chandelier of Rock on Radio.
Chandler.
All right, Chandler. She's the official candle maker of
We
Rock
have a
on Radio.
baker and a candlestick
That's right.
maker.
We have a. Mm-hmm.
And you're the butcher.
I'm the butcher. I butcher these airwaves every week here from the 2-track studios of Deco Entertainment.
That's right.
That's right.
Fantastic.
We are here. Bruce and Charlie allow us to take over every Wednesday evening. Except tonight, I think we really did.
I think we took
I
over.
think it's usually just 2 or 3 people in here. Now we got like 406. It's beautiful.
This is true.
Matter of fact, to make some extra money for deco art, I think in between takes you should go out there and sell tickets because the line is out in the driveway. And it'll be equitable. We'll split it 90-10. 10 for you, 9. There you go. See? Perfect. It's fair and balanced. What was that I just said? Oh, yeah. 2-track studios of Deco
Where was I?
Entertainment. NewJerseyStage.com, the finest arts and entertainment magazine that covers all of the arts, entertainment, and beyond in the state of New Jersey. It's also where you can find my column, Rock On This Week's Soundbites. This week's column was on Josh Radin. He's been over in Europe since January, touring over there. He's a self-professed nomad, and he has a show at the South Orange Performing Arts Center on October 16th, and then he's at Sony Hall in New York City on October 18th.
Nice.
So you can read all about that by going to NewJerseyStage.com and look up Rock On This Week's Soundbites. That's also the home of the PenguinRocks.com, where this show airs every Sunday night at 7 o'clock.
That's right.
So you can check that out there as well. Sinister Footwear. Go to SinisterFW.com and check out some of the crazy, wild socks.
I'm actually wearing a pair.
Are you?
I am.
Which ones do you have on?
Well, my Snoopy ones. You can't see because I have boots.
Well, that.
You have to take my
not
word
good-
for it.
Okay, then. Snoopy socks. Claire bought the Snoopy socks. Anyway, go to SinisterFW.com, check out and purchase any of those crazy, wild socks that our friend Tina sells, and use the promo code DCRSocks at checkout, and you'll get 10% off your order.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I forgetting? Oh, our beer sponsor. That's right. We have a beer provider. We actually even have a cigar provider.
Did you get down there? You said
Yes, I have to go see. I have to see Marcy this weekend.
Oh, it's this weekend.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was going to go last weekend, but she was at Beer Fest.
Oh, that's right.
were-
In Bordentown.
Yeah, in Mercer County Park.
Oh, that's where they had it? Oh, I saw the sign in Bordentown.
Bordentown was
so.
some kind of music fest, which I think
I went to.
got. Did you go?
Yeah.
It didn't get postponed?
No, it was the Vintage Vibe.
Oh, yeah, Vintage
yeah.
Vibe was there. Is that who Bob?
Yeah,
Bobby played
Bobby
with?
played. Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Fantastic. Our friend
was nice.
Bobby Boyd.
It did get rain, but then everybody went under the gazebo with them. So
Oh, okay.
Kinda
All
was
right.
cool.
Great. So, now I forget who I was talking about. Oh, Bordentown. Tyndall Road Brewing, the official beer provider. Got me choked up. Got you
it's
choked up.
contagious. Stop
The
it.
official beer provider of Rock on Radio, located at 102 Farnsworth Avenue in Bordentown City. Go in and see Marcy and ask her for Danny's pick. And I picked it yesterday, so you have to go in and ask her what it is.
It's a mystery one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's October.
So you check that out. 102 Farnsworth Avenue, Bordentown, Tyndall Road Brewing. And, of course, this past Thursday was our happy hour at the Nottingham Tavern
Nice.
with the Williams boy.
I'm sure he was
Who
great.
did very well, as always. So there's that. How can they find us, Claire?
They go to dcror.com, which is the short link for Danny Coleman's rockonradio.com.
And Facebook is Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio, the number 2. And Instagram at Rock On Radio, all capital letters. Which, by the way, Madison, is there somewhere I should send them to see the stuff that you do, or is it Deco? What is it?
Deco Entertainment on everything, and we cross-post it with you.
Yes,
So.
that's true. They
Oh, okay.
they comes on ours. I usually share it
All
out
right,
too if
good.
I see it.
So just go to Deco Entertainment. Excellent. And there you go. Cool. Fantastic. Now, we have a studio full,
Yes, we do.
and I already prayed once today.
Just once.
Just once. But I'm going to pray again that this all works. I have complete and utmost faith in you.
Oh, I know, but
That I do.
it's the board.
But I'm I'm a little worried about. But I'm looking at that and I'm like,
It's going to start smoking soon.
that's what I'm thinking. Going to be a scene from the Munsters Laboratory. Right there.
Could
but,
be.
But that's all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right around the room and let you guys introduce yourself. All right? So we'll start with you, Mr. Keyboard Player.
Hey, my name is Brian. I play the keys.
There you go. Mr. Bass Player.
My name's Steve. I play the bass.
Guitarist. Yeah, there you go. That's gonna be a pain in his neck.
Mike, you can pull it up. Pull it up for now if you want. Yeah. So
There you
do that
go.
again. I think I had you on mute.
Oh, all right.
Acoustic guitar player.
I'm Zach, and I play rhythm guitar.
Rhythm
Zach.
guitar.
JT, play drums and percussion.
Drums and percussion.
I'm Dory.
She's the inspiration.
The muse.
The muse.
Jory, this is gonna be a long interview if you're not gonna talk to me.
She's
Jory.
good to talk. She's the warden. She's the warden.
I caught you by surprise. I warned you before.
I warned all of you that he was going to do that.
All right. And we have the ringleader and the man
The big
for
bad
whom
boy.
the band is named after,
Mr. Billy Ray,
Billy Ray, and these are.
the bad boys.
Yay!
We got all that out. It's a tongue-tied twister.
Now, you guys are here. I got to thank her again because I thanked her when I had Amber and Anthony in. I have to thank Carrie McKay because she asked me to donate a prize pack and MC that event that day for the Capital Canine Association, which is how I met all you
Yeah, it was a
gentlemen,
really cool
right?
day.
You were all there that day, weren't you?
Yeah, it was a really cool day.
And so I want to thank her for the introduction. And you approached me almost immediately, Billy.
I've
And-
never been one to be shy to want to talk.
That's
to.
okay. That's all right. Well, I was just thrilled because nobody usually likes to talk to me. So when you talk to
Even
me, it
me.
gave me something to do. Like, she don't talk to me. Look at her.
I was happy to oblige. You looked like you had a great smile on your face, and you looked like you was a man that was receptive of some good information. And that's all I wanted was trying to introduce myself and give you some good information.
Well, and you did give me some information. So I joked earlier how you guys left a week ago to get here, but you did travel quite the distance to this.
We did. We come from all necks of South Jersey. I'm actually from Clayton. Me and my wife live in Clayton, New Jersey, and these guys all live in the Riverton area and Belmar and Tabernacle area, and so we're all an hour away from each other.
Yeah, so you're all South Jersey.
Yeah, and we get together once a week and rehearse and record in the studio. And my drummer, Mr. John Tubick over here, actually is a part owner in a studio that started this whole endeavor, and which we'll be getting into some of it a little bit. But it's all of this came about by, I guess, by sheer luck and sheer determination and a dream. It just started with a dream.
Yeah, what studio, John?
Studio 6 in
Studio
Riverton, New Jersey.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Riverton. You don't happen to know Dustin, do you? Dellinger? I used to do a radio show from his basement
Oh,
in
really?
Riverton. He lived right. His street was right across from the Riverline station. And
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it to save my life.
That's Lippincott.
Is
Lippincott,
Lippincott?
that's
Yeah,
right.
that sounds
Lippincott
familiar.
Ave, yeah.
Yeah, he lived in a beautiful old white house, about 2 blocks, 3 blocks down, I guess, on the right-hand side. We used to do a radio show out of his basement, so I'm familiar with Riverton.
Oh, there you go.
It's one of the few towns I'm still allowed back in. Because I used to just get out of the car and get in the house. You know? Okay, so how did and it doesn't matter to me who takes this, but how did you put this all together?
All right, so I might as well start from the beginning and just give you a little rundown of it all. I come from a past of addiction and criminal activity as a young man, and wayward. I was a wayward son. I come from an abusive family, broken family, and all of us scattered by the time we were teenagers and to get away from whatever the heck we were in.
And this was in Texas?
In Texas, yeah.
Okay.
And it led me down through some mighty long years of misery, of addiction, and in and out of incarcerated in institutions throughout Texas, and I got caught up in that revolving door, and it took me down some dark roads, and the last time I was locked up, I did 18 years, just about pretty much all of it, day for day in prison, and I made a decision this last time I was locked up years ago that I was tired of doing what I'd been doing since I was a teenager, and I had to make some kind of changes with my life. And I did some soul searching. I educated myself. I started going to school in there, and I started changing myself slowly. And I started doing journals and writing and stuff, and I just kept writing and writing and writing and writing and writing and writing. I never had any musical training, nothing in the world, none of that. But during all these years of writing and educating myself, I started singing songs to the radio that were playing in my cell, a little clock radio. And over time, I just kept getting better and better and better, And before you know it, I got guys on the cell block asking me for requests. Hey, play this, sing this song today, sing it. So I gave free concerts in the prison over the years they started calling me the cell block cowboy, to be honest. It's just a true story. And I tell this not because I'm proud of where I was, but I made a decision that I was not going to end my life in a place like that. And I asked God to help me, and he kept just feeding me songs, and I started writing, and I started writing, and started writing, and started writing, and before you know it, I had books, pamphlets after pamphlet after pamphlet full of songs that I had written, and I didn't know how to play a guitar, didn't know how to do nothing, and I didn't know how I was ever going to get into this music out. I just knew that I had something that was good, and I came home 14 years ago, and set about changing my life. I got a job for the first time in my life. I started paying my bills, started being a responsible human being. And then this beautiful lady right here, Miss Dora Ann Wozunk, came into my life about 6 months after I came home. And I had the crazy idea to ask her out on a date, and she took me up on it. But instead of us going out on a date, she took me home and we ate a pizza and we talked for hours. And I told her my whole life story, and I told her it all. I told her every bit of it. I told her, for the first time in my life, I was honest with another human being, and I told her all the good, the bad, and the ugly. I wasn't trying to hide who I was. And she took a chance on me, and I told her about my dreams about wanting to get some music out someday, and I thought it would be a lot faster than then, but God works in mysterious ways, and it took 14 years instead of a couple of years, but I finally worked. But there's a lot to unpack in this.
Well, I'm still back at the pizza.
Well, we had
Dory, that's all it took? What happened here?
I just met him and take him home.
Yeah, I'm thinking, wow.
Well, I
dog.
was going to
That's
take
it?
her out, but she said, why don't we buy a pizza and go home and talk? Because I told her, I said, before you want to invest any time in me, you might want to hear the whole story. And
Well, that was honest of you.
yeah.
Yeah, but you came in to get your taxes done.
Well, I got to tell that story too, because this is how I met.
That's how we met.
She was working as a tax preparer lady for Jackson Hewitt, and I went and it's at the Walmart in my hometown in Texarkana, Texas. I'd only been home 6 months, but I'd been working the whole time, and I had never filed taxes for in my whole life. Never filed taxes. So I go up to this Walmart with this W-2 that I've got from this job that I've been working for 6 months because I got this beautiful truck that I want to get on the road that my brother had given me, and he wanted $500 for it, and I needed $150 more, and I needed this tax money to pay for that truck because it was my first vehicle. It was the first vehicle I was actually buying legal for myself from my own paycheck from something I earned with my own two hands. Okay. And I literally say this.
All right.
You know, I left home when I was 11 years old to get away from where I was in, and I never went back. And I raised myself on the streets, and that's why I ended up where I was at, because I got caught up in this never-ending cycle of learning how to survive in an underworld.
How old were you when you got out of? Because I'm going to be honest with you. When you approached me at Dad's that day, and you told me about the music and the band, and you looked at me and correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I recall, these were your exact words. Okay. Full disclosure. I spent 18 years in a federal penitentiary, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, here we go. Thinking, who is it? Who is this guy? I didn't know who you were at the point. I didn't know you were in a band. I knew nothing. But it's not every day somebody approaches you that way. And then you look at me and you say,
ask these guys.
Is that how I got my job? Full disclosure.
You drugged me. So then the next line is what got me, because you looked at me. You said, it turns out that the state of Texas doesn't like when you take money out of the bank that's not yours.
Exactly. That's exactly what I told him too.
And I was like, okay, here we go. All right, I'm all ears now. But it's there's a lot to take away from that for anybody who's listening, or that you tell that story to, because a lot of people, you'd be on a blacklist, and then there are the others, because you were the second person in the nearly 16 and a half years that I've been doing this program. The others, who we spoke of earlier, the Williams boy, he sent me an email when this show was only 2 months old. He saw me online. He sends me an email. And the email tells me this story about how he come from a home with no father, and him and his brother were always getting in trouble, and he found this guitar, and it turned his life around. He's trying to make music. I know this sounds like some kind of scam email, but please, if you. And there was just something that stuck in my gut that day that I said, this guy's not kidding me. And as it turns out, I took a chance on this guy, and he's worked his way out of that. But he's called the Williams boy because whenever they lived in like welfare hotels and things, and whenever something would go wrong in the neighborhood,
it'd be saying the Williams boy.
Oh, must be that Williams boy.
That's how it was. It was us Revis boys when we were kids. It was me and my brothers, but. Not all my childhood was completely destroyed and stuff. I do have some good family members that were caught up in the same thing I did, and most of them made it out. A few of them didn't, but I do have a couple of brothers and a sister down in Texas that are survivors from the carnage of our past, and and they were there to help me when I first came home. They gave me a shelter. They gave me a place to go look for work. And I took advantage of everything when I came home. I didn't. I quit being selfish.
What brought you to New Jersey?
Well, it just so happens this young lady's a Jersey Devil. And
you were getting blamed for a lot of stuff, Dory. I did not know that the Jersey Devil sold pizza.
But Texas was holding a lot of bad memories, and she told me that if I came up here that I would have a chance to change my life. Because I wouldn't have the baggage that I would have to be carrying around in my own hometown, and she was right. She has family here, and it was an easy transition for her to come back home. She's from here, and she has her grandkids here and stuff from a previous marriage that we're having our lives now that we take care of. We see all the time. But
okay.
But fast forward 5 years ago when COVID hit, I still hadn't even thought about doing music. But what happened was my brother died and ended up losing my brother to
And
COVID.
she's cracking up.
What did I do now?
Oh, this is going to be great.
That wasn't fair. She was laughing before he said that.
What did I do, Tori? I messed it up. Stop me. Back me up. Well, that could all be.
If nothing else, it's going to be authentic.
That is. It's going to be my fault again.
Oh, yeah, it probably will be. No, but I went down to Nashville 5 years ago after COVID, when COVID was around, and because I had lost my half brother down in Texas to COVID, and I wasn't able to go to the funeral or anything like that. And Dory, I was driving her crazy. It was on lockdown, so she told me to go out in the garage. It's her fault. So she ran me off into my garage to make me go, and she said, "Why don't you go sing some of your own music and polish it up so you ain't got nothing but time to do. We're on our couches." So that's what I did, and I sent some demos out, and I was able to go down to Nashville and do a demo a few years ago.
Nice.
And I came back, and I thought I was going to be this hot commodity and all this stuff, and I found out that I had a whole lot of learning and a lot of scraping my knees to do.
But there was a lot of popping the bubble.
Yeah, she had to pop my bubble a few times. And she still does. She still does. I have to humble myself constantly. But fast forward a year ago, a little over a year ago, these guys, Mr. John Tubick and Mike Cattell, his partner, put in an ad in a paper on Facebook looking for an authentic country singer to sing a song that they had written, and they did an advertisement. And a friend of mine sent it to me. A girl by the name of Chrissy Hepburn, and she forwarded me this, and she said, "I thought you might be interested in this." And it just so happens at that time, about a year and a half ago, I was really contemplating putting the music up and just give it up. And something told me to answer that ad, so I called and offered to come in and check out their music stuff. And they sent me a track and sent me the words and stuff, and I learned it over a couple of weeks. And then they called me in, and I went in, and I think we did it in record time, like in a few minutes. Knocked it out like that. And well, it was supposed to just be a pay check and go home, you know. But the producer made the mistake of offering me points on a song.
Thought you were going to say pizza.
No, pizza. But he offered me points on the song, you know, kind of in a passing conversation. He said, "Well, we could pay you your check, pay you the money we're going to pay you, or you know, we could work out a deal where we could give you some points on this song, and you know." And I said, "Well, I think I might want to take the points, you know."
Write a word, get a third, right?
So I made the decision right then and there. I said, "It's a no-brainer. I'm going to take the points." And I said, "Oh, by the way, I might want you to do an album for me, to do my album." And so we set about, me and John. I convinced him to be my drummer first because he was already our studio drummer.
Yeah.
And we started putting the pieces together, and next thing you know, we've got his son playing for us.
You two are related?
Yes, father, son.
Oh,
Nice.
And-
Oh, now I can tell. You both smile the same.
And that Mr. Mike Quinn back here is lifelong friends with all these guys. And Brian's the brother of my producer, Mike Cattell. And Steve, we met through a phone number. A friend of mine, gave me his phone number. I was looking for a bass player, and they sent me a heavy metal player.
Oh.
But he's the best thing that ever happened to me.
With a cowboy hat and everything? He's a heavy metal player?
He's an ex-heavy metalist. Played a lot of tours all over Germany and all over, been around. And but he decided to hitch his ride to a crazy old boy like me, and thought I had something special. And
there's better whiskey and country music.
Yeah, there's better whiskey and country music too.
Well, who'd you tour with, Steve?
Over the years, just various bands out of Florida. You've never heard of most of them, which is probably a good thing. We did the whole A circuit in the 80s up and down the East Coast.
You been reading my email, Steve? How do you know I'd never heard of these guys?
I was one of those almost never was been kind of guys. Came close, but didn't quite get the golden ring, you know. Had some endorsements and some things like that. Did a lot of albums. Did several labels. Some good things came and went. And then, as you know, after the 80s, music kind of just imploded. And then COVID finished off everything else.
Oh, yeah.
So I needed to settle down. And I will one day. I swear.
So he went and got himself a cowboy hat and called it a day.
No, I was born and raised in Florida. So I was already a Southern boy. And I grew up with Leonard Skinner, Molly Hatchet. But came to Philly and discovered death metal. Greatest vocals and lyrics you'll never understand. That's terrible.
Cookie Monster.
I can play it, but I can't listen to it. It's that kind of
Where'd
thing.
you grow up in Florida?
The Cocoa Beach area.
Cocoa Beach.
Yeah, I did a lot of Central Florida. Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Pompano Beach in the 80s. That's all I'm going to say about
Were
the
you on the
80s.
Lamb, Steve?
What's that?
Were you on the Lamb that you lived in all those places? Or
Well, when I went on the Lamb, I did go to Connecticut for a year to keep people in Miami from catching up with me.
hey,
He's been a bad boy a few times in his life.
I did 5 Florida county jails. Simple things like possession. It was not my dope. It was in my system. But,
well, you were possessing it already.
yeah, that kind of stuff. Like you do in the 80s. You live life to the fullest, and then you realize you ain't got nothing to show for it. All that money you had, and everything was just gone. Yeah, and my hair's gone too.
Well, I can feel you. I feel your pain there, buddy.
Maybe we should get you a cowboy hat.
Think so?
Maybe.
I got like a dozen.
I have snakeskin boots.
You'd look snappy in it.
Think so?
Yes, you would.
Yeah.
Have it pulled down a little bit over.
And wear my I do have snakeskin boots. I bought them in Wyoming
you
like
could
30
kick
years ago.
You could have your feet with your snake boots up on the table like that, and you could give everybody a snake eye. You know what I mean?
Look like Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
And,
It wouldn't last long.
Yellowstone.
You'd get a cramp and you'd be like, ow, ow, ow.
Now, I'd love to have that on film. I would love to have that on film. That would be.
Gotta love when your staff mutinies.
Just telling the truth.
She is right. I can't even dispute that. So Zach, now that we've just discerned the fact that this is your father,
The old man.
what's it like being a band with your dad, man?
It's great. Yeah, it's definitely great. I've been about a year since I've joined now, and it was only supposed to be just like hey, Billy told my dad, hey, bring your son down to practice one day, jammed with him a little, and kind of got back into it again. I've been playing for about 10 years, since I was 15, a lot of solo stuff, and was, in high school bands, but nobody really ever took it seriously. So this is like my first real band, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
There you go.
We're lucky to have him.
Hey.
Well, yeah.
He's got more energy than all of us combined, as far as.
Oh, true.
He is younger, but he genuinely loves the music.
I got
He
bath
loves
towels older than him, man.
And he's a great writer in his own right. He's got some great solo stuff of his own that he's coming out on his own. So
Do you?
Yeah,
it's helping him to grow too.
You're recording with your dad?
Yeah, recording at Studio 6.
Yeah.
Studio 6.
I mean, if you
Riverton.
notice, your last guest, Amber and Anthony, also records at the same studio, and that's a direct result of.
Oh, that's right. Yes, they
of
said
me.
that.
Amber does.
Yeah, Amber does.
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah,
does.
they determined that they have two separate ones.
But I brought. She came to do some backup on one of my tracks with Dory when we were first started with them,
Right.
and Dory brought her in. Actually, Dory's the one that found her and brought her in, and we found her. We met them at an open mic, and we started visit. They live close nearby, so we visited a few times with them and hung out with them a little bit. And Dory invited her to come in and do some backups on one of our songs, and
Nice.
she did. And they were looking for some new artists, some fresh talent, and I said, I think she might be one of the ones you might want to keep around.
Yeah, she's got a very nice voice.
Excellent.
So they're working with her now and developing her too, as well as me. They're developing me. I'm a babe in the woods too.
Excellent. So, Mike, what's your story?
Let's swing this mic around.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if Johnny, you want to take this because
just lift it up.
yeah,
There you
because John and I have known each other since we're 8 years old. We've been in bands for like 40 years together.
Yeah, long time. We played New York in the 90s, around that area. Mike himself has written all his life. And I'd never played country music or Mike ever.
Yeah.
We come from more of a rock background. But here we are,
Right.
But yeah, I've been playing with Mike since we were little.
Yeah.
So, all right, so
Little kids.
rock background.
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Pretty much. John, just a little while ago, gave me a phone call and said, you want to play some guitar? I knew he was playing with Billy, so. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
Simple as it gets.
I am enjoying
Man,
it.
a few words.
He's been with us for about since June now, a few months. We had a guy that had some other things that he needed to move on, so we were looking for. And John says, "Man, the one I trust the most is Mike Quinn,"
And he goes by Q. Right?
Q, yes.
And
Okay.
he's came in and he's been an invaluable asset to what we're doing, and we're just trying to grow as a family and a music and.
All right. So you said rock, the two of you guys.
Yeah.
What kind of bands were you in prior to this one?
Well, at first it was kind of, we wrote our own stuff, wrote a lot of stuff back in the 80s and 90s, right, too?
Yeah.
And then it became, we started playing out in clubs and playing cover stuff, and it was rock, it was rock stuff.
Influenced by like the Beatles, definitely the Beatles.
Classic rock.
The Who.
And then, I guess in the 90s, kind of, when grunge and that kind of stuff came out, that was stuff we were already listening to through the 80s and playing kind of. We did get into some acoustic stuff, didn't we, too?
Yeah, and then we started doing acoustic back then in
coffee shops.
mid 90s, just me and him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Guitar and Coleman type of thing? Or?
and Mike, my partner at the studio, he grew up with us too.
Yes.
He played bass.
Yep.
So we've been in a revolving band forever. We had another friend of ours. He lives in Florida now. He was our lead guitarist, and Mike's other brother. There's many Cattels.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. They come out of the woodwork.
He plays guitar and sings. So it's always been. It may have been different names of a band, but it's always been like a revolving circle.
Family.
Okay.
In and out. One guy would leave for a while, and we'd move on. The other guy would just be back and forth. And until now, I met Billy and became a bad boy.
There you go. And as a drummer, I want to approach this subject. I told you I would talk to you about this.
Sure.
We got on the air, and then after we talk to Brian over there, we're gonna do some music. So, as a drummer, when the rest of the band is trying to figure out parts. I had this discussion a couple weeks ago. Oh, we're going there. 'Cause now look at this. Look at the size of this.
Yes.
Right? So when the rest of the band is trying to figure out parts and so on and so forth, right? As a drummer, while they're trying to talk and listen to one another, what do you do?
The flask of justice.
The flask of justice.
There you go. So you're not banging away.
No.
Yeah. So why is it every one of these guitar players, when we're trying to listen to a part or figure something out, they can't stop noodling, or at least turn their amp down?
How do you
That's
feel
a very
about
good
it?
question, and I think we should start bringing that up. I got you on my side.
That's
You
now
do have
between
somebody
me
in your
you
camp
and the
now.
other drummer. See, I'm building a nation.
You're not. You're
think
just
you got one.
disgruntled.
No, I'm jaded. That's different than
That's true.
disgruntled.
You're close.
And where would they be without the backbeat?
Yeah.
Exactly.
They'd be doing duos in some restaurant, wearing a tuxedo.
But no, I as you get older, you understand. You got to let them do their thing.
It's part of them.
Yeah.
It is.
they're all, the tuning issues. As long as all that stuff gets sorted out at rehearsal, and then when we go on live, bang. There's no
noodling.
We can't
I don't let them doodle because I'm in charge now.
There you go.
He's driving the car
I'm the
when
captain
when we get up on that stage.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, follow.
There you go. And Brian, what do you have to say about that?
I made an offhand comment when we first started, which I guess precipitated this whole discussion.
Yes.
This goes back years. Don't worry about
As
it.
the keys player, I don't really need to tune anything, so I usually just kind of sit and stay out of the whole thing.
I have a lot of pent up anger, though. You have to understand.
I hadn't
So
noticed.
go ahead.
No, no.
So I guess I got started with these guys through my brother, who started producing Billy and started working on some songs, and needed, just a session guy to come in and do some keys and, piano, organ kind of stuff. And I love doing that. So I came in and did it, and then they were like, hey, you know what? We're rehearsing on, I don't know, whatever night it was, Tuesday night. And then I just showed up and, been sticking around ever since. So they try to get rid of me every once in a while. I keep coming back like a feral cat.
I gotta have him. He don't know how invaluable he is. I love that keyboard over there, especially when we get into backdoor Betty.
Well, we have
you doing that one tonight.
We have a rock background between you two. We have a metal background over there. What did you listen to?
I guess,
up? Or like to play when you were in high school?
I'm like Americana, kind of. Yeah, that's kind of like a new genre. I'm still trying to understand it, but
No, don't, Zach. I've been asking people for 17 years, what the heck is Americana? It's
I'd say Tom Petty.
It's like folk and blues and soul and folk and no.
Well, it's like yacht rock. That's a new thing. It was always soft rock,
There's
and now
just
it's
too many
yacht
labels.
rock.
There's just way
Correct.
too many
Labels are created so that you knew
Make
where
money.
to put it in a record store.
Yeah.
Now there is no longer record stores.
Yeah, we don't need labels anymore.
We don't need labels. We don't need no stinking labels. So, okay.
There goes your whole job.
So what did you listen to?
So
That's right.
this might sound kind of cheesy, but being the younger guy.
Is that a pizza reference?
A pizza reference.
It
right?
might
So
be.
being a younger guy, I actually kind of grew up listening to these guys, John and Mike, with my brothers, and all the bands that they were in over the years. So I was influenced by all the music that they were playing. So a lot of the stuff that they were listening to, all the classic rock stuff, that was kind of where I grew up, even though I was just barely born when some of that stuff came out. So, but more recently, I play in a lot of different churches, so kind of have like a church background with that, most of that kind of stuff. So, this is definitely country is a departure for me from everything I've ever done before in my entire life, but it's working out pretty good.
And it's kind of a blues country.
Yeah,
And that's definitely the thing that I loved about it, is it has that. It's kind of like that rock kind of foundation on it. So,
Yeah. Excellent.
It's definitely unconventional.
All right, well, let's do some music.
Sounds
All right,
good.
What do you guys want to do? You want to play live? You want Claire to take something off? Does not matter to me. So whatever you guys talk amongst yourself.
You want to play a song first?
Whatever you like to do, my man.
Yeah, let's sing a song. Let's sing Doing Time first.
Doing time. All right. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock on Radio. I have Billy Ray and the Bad Boys in studio. Madison, you all right? She's snacking. All right. Jolie, you all right over there? All right. We're all good? All right. So I make sure all the outliers are in good shape there. Uh-oh. Producer Claire's on the move. There we go. Now, see? She caught that. I would never have seen that because I'm looking this way. So what are you going to do for us?
This first song we're going to do is called I'm Doing Time. It's called Doing Time. It's the very first song that I ever wrote those 18 years before I walked out. It was the very first song I ever put on a piece of paper, and it was the first thing that God ever gave me. And the words for itself speak for themselves, and it's a true story. It's, the lady this song that it was inspired by is no longer with us, but the story itself is for the lady that's with my life. This is the woman that the song's really about.
Well,
You know what I mean?
speaking of which, Dory, now you sing
She does
with the band.
She does, but she's
I did. Well, I'm just taking a little,
Taking a night off on me?
yeah, I'm taking a little break for a little while. I'm just gonna go ahead and get them a little organized, a little bit better, and try and get them a little bit better in line.
she's gonna
All
spike
right,
this
good
in
luck.
this submission.
Good
She is
luck
the
with
warden,
that.
by the way.
All right.
So
So whenever you guys are ready.
So I went before the judge today, and he sentenced me to life. He said, son, you done the crime, and now you've got to pay the price. Well, I hung my head and I cried real soft, but it wasn't about the time. It was about the girl I love so much, leaving her behind. As I sit here in this prison, so very far from you, memories come flooding back and they're making me feel blue. Well, I feel so far away and I don't know what to do. But I know one thing's for certain, baby, I'll always love you. I'm doing time without you. Every day is a misery, and every day I'm blue. I'm doing time without you. And all I've got is a memory to help me make it through. And as the day draws nearer for me to be set free, Lord, I thank the Lord above, my love, that you belong to me. 'Cause I can see the light is shining, and it's just around the bend. And I'm coming home real soon, my love, just to hold you once again. I'm doing time without you. And every day is a misery, and every day I'm blue. I'm doing time without you. And all I've got is a memory to help me make it through. And as the day draws nearer for me to be set free, Lord, I thank the Lord above, my love, that you belong to me. Well, the prison gates swing shut behind me. Never will I be so low. Well, I lost my one true love. I just had to let her go. Well, the reason I'm a free man now is 'cause she gave me her heart. And I'll always have her love inside me. Never will we be apart. I'm doing time without you. Every day is a misery, and every day I'm blue. I'm doing time without you. And all I've got is a memory to help me make it through. And all I've got is a memory to help me make it through. And all I've got is a memory to help me make it through.
Billy Ray and the Bad Boys here on Rock on Radio. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Nicely done. Great. So, obviously, you're the principal songwriter,
Yes, sir.
okay? Lyrically,
Yeah.
anyway. So, who handles the music?
Our wizard producer, Mike Cattell, these guys come up with their own parts on generally, but I usually run everything through my producer first, who goes through our drummer second, and then all parts from there go out to all the other guys, and they all get a chance to soak whatever lyrics I'm sending to them, and our producer comes up with the bass lines and stuff to generally get the ball started, and then they all work on their parts and start learning their own parts and making it their own, and we create songs. And it takes us about a month per song when the process is working good.
Okay.
So we do a song a month, and then through process, it gets in and out.
Now, something that baffled me a little bit. Dory, you said you're taking the night off, but you're over here singing away, like going. Come on, Dory. What's the case here? What's happening?
She's taking a minute. She needs to talk.
What it is basically what we're going to do is we're going to try something a little bit different, and the boys want to be just the boys. So I'm taking a step back so the boys can just be the boys. Billy Ray and the Bad Boys.
It's confusing sometimes, but what we're going to do is bring her up for great encore parts, and they're going to want it more.
Yeah, no, it's not that confusing. You guys are definitely all men, and she is definitely a woman.
She's not a bad boy.
She's not a bad. She's the warden. She's our warden. But me and her have we do a duo act together too, and we have a lot on our plate. So she's taking a step back for a little while.
Right.
She will be back on the big stage with us soon. So
Okay, well, good.
Won't be
I
long.
like to hear that.
So she's definitely a part of the story. Because the story, none of it works without her.
Because if
She's the inspiration of it all.
Well, if you had told me she wasn't appearing with you tonight, I was going to substitute my theme for the theme from Cops.
Well.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Bad boys.
What you gonna
do when they come for you, bad boy, bad boy?
Wow. All right. So essentially, how come the producer's not here?
Good question.
He That's your
couldn't
brother?
He couldn't make it tonight.
And he
had
wants to stay. He doesn't want to impede on our limelight. No, he don't want to. He wants to.
He likes to be the man behind the curtain.
Yeah,
as they say.
Like the all-powerful Oz.
We call
That's
him
right.
the wizard. That's what he is. So we keep him behind the curtain as much as possible. But he does play in a great one of the best Neil Diamond cover bands on the East Coast, the Real Diamond Band.
Real Diamond.
He's the
Yeah.
bass
Okay.
player.
Excellent.
He's the bass player for the Real Diamond Band. And so
they call him the wizard.
Yeah.
That's a lot better than what you call me sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very true.
At least not in public.
Steve, you all right over there? What? I thought he was sleeping. Madison, you got that taser?
I sold it to my cousin.
Ah!
Giving me PTSD.
Your producer writes the music.
Yeah.
And you guys all put your parts
Yes.
in and everything. And so doesn't that make it... Well, I'm trying to, because if you're in a true band setting and one of you guys comes down and says, hey, I got this riff.
Well, like doing time, that was already written.
Yeah,
basically the music.
I did that song in Nashville 5 years ago.
Okay.
And Music Man's another one.
With doing time, we went and did that one down in Nashville.
With another producer.
And then when we came back up here, there was another verse that was added onto it, so we went ahead and we did the re-recording with Studio 6 with a new verse in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I produced it in Nashville with another producer 5 years ago.
But what I'm getting at there,
yeah.
Okay, you're a singer-songwriter, right, Zach?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you write your own material, you grab your guitar or the piano, I'm not sure, whatever it is you write your music on.
I know what he's talking about, too.
And you're able to sit down and say, okay, I've got this melody.
Yeah.
And they might fit these lyrics. But now all you're doing is writing lyrics.
No. I sing the melody. I write the melody and everything.
So you do have a melody.
I sing it and
Gotcha.
record it and send it to my producer, and he'll sit down and come up with the bass line. This is what they found out about me is that I learned how to sing all these songs. I sang a cappella. I never learned how to play an instrument. I can sing just about anything a cappella. thousands of songs in a Rolodex up here. I could just pop them off and start singing and sing them verse for verse exactly like they're on the radio, just about.
Even instrumental?
Well, I can't do the instruments, but I can do the vocal parts.
You said anything. Did you say anything?
Don't entertain his stupid questions.
They don't want me doing it, but I do that sometimes when I'm trying to get them to find a riff for me. I want it to sound like this, you know. And they say that's guitar talk. That's band
Oh,
talk.
now, have you ever seen Rush?
Yeah,
Right? They sing YYZ the entire, and that's an instrumental.
yeah.
So there.
It was unconventional from the start when I started working with these guys, and because of the distance away from each other, because they all have jobs and other lives and stuff, and trying to help realize this for me has been, they've sacrificed so much already. So
Is that this is it for you, music?
this
Would
is
you
where I
work-
want to do.
Do you have a day job as well?
Yes,
or
I do.
no?
I mean, I do.
All right,
I
so
do.
you have a day
I'm a
job.
carpenter by day, but
Oh,
right now I'm unemployed. I'm in between jobs, but I can find a job when I want one. I do side work with some other people, but I'm going into this full time now. I'm
Okay. Well, so how important is that to you, knowing what these gentlemen have, I believe you just used the term, sacrificed for your dream?
It's very important. I mean, I can't squat. For me, it's like they've put a lot of faith in me, and I won't let them down. I won't let myself down, and I won't let this lady down first and foremost. And first and foremost, I won't let God down. I'm not gonna stumble. He gave me a gift, and I asked him if he showed me a way to share it with the world, I would pursue it with all the gusto, and I would do it in his name, in his glory. Now, do I go run around thumping on Bibles? No, I'm a bad boy. That's what I am. You know what I mean? But I do have some spirituality. I mean, I know who got me where I'm sitting in this chair right now.
And he does have a conscience now.
I have a conscience.
That's huge.
He gave me
That's
a
huge.
conscience that I didn't have before.
Yeah, seriously, now there's a time that there was a situation where we was in a dark place.
Yeah, early on in our,
Yeah.
I'd gotten strung out again when we a few years after we got together, and it took her hell and high water to get me back out of there, but it's been further and further apart. The addictions and things, those things I don't chase those anymore. I chase this. I mean, this is my elixir. This is the only thing I found in this world that actually gives me any peace in my heart is when I'm singing. And when
Now,
I'm writing.
I'm going to ask you a strange question, and then we'll get to some more music. It's strange, but it's not strange. It's strange for me to ask a question like this, is more like it, because I usually don't delve into things like that. But I noticed that because before we came here to Deco, we were from 2017 to 20. We've been here 2 years, right? So till 2023, 6 years. We broadcasted from a place called City of Angels. City of Angels is a drug and alcohol rehabilitation outfit. They don't provide treatment, but they get you into it.
Yeah.
And then they support the family, and they follow up, and they'll take you to meetings, and they'll provide meals and things for the family if it's needed. They do, and they were all volunteer. So we used to do this show from that station, and we had it set up that all these same sponsors that you heard me read tonight, if they wanted me to sponsor, all they had to do was donate to the City of Angels because they're volunteer, and that's where they got their money, and as well as a couple fundraisers throughout the year. And one thing I learned, even before that, from friends and a couple of distant relatives, is that when you have an addiction, whether it's drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be, when you have an addiction and you kick it, or you attempt to kick it, you might kick the actual addiction, but your personality is still addicted. So let's say now you become a musician. You're going to do everything to be that musician. So you're like 1,000%.
Yeah, that's
until,
exactly what.
until you fall off the wagon again, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So I have a friend who was an alcoholic, and then decided to quit drinking and was very successful at it. But instead of going to meetings or support groups, they went to the gym. So now they got to have all the best gym clothes, and they got to have and it's like, all right, slow down, dude. It was cheaper when you drank.
Exactly. It's
you just spent $1,000 on gym clothes. But So is that essentially in your life? Is music taking the place or keeping you away? Because since you've had that personality,
I would say it's it's not like it's a make or break. I'm going to survive without music if I had to. Do I want to? No. I've had some profound moments sitting in a 4x8 cell.
Okay.
Where some emotions and things came over me, and I'm having deja vu moments in my life now where those things are coming true, because I worked for them, and so yeah, I'm not going to give this up until it's taken from me.
Okay. Well, that's the beauty of being a musician. You can go as long as your body and mind will let you.
So I'm gonna follow this. I'm gonna follow this as far as God takes me, and if He tells me it's time to sit down, I'll sit down. But
Okay.
right now I'm enjoying sharing my music with the world, and I'm wanting to use my music as a platform to reach other young men that are out here feeling hopeless in this world. That there is some light at the end of the tunnel if they could just turn away from what they're doing. You know what I mean?
No, that's
if you could see some light at the end of the tunnel, man. I'm a perfect example of someone that can claw themselves up out of a hole.
Perfect.
And that's what it's really about.
Well, why don't we do some more music before the hours get away from us here? Want a recording? You're going to go live again?
Music Man kind of says what you were just talking about.
Let's do Music Man. You want to play it, Music Man? Do you have it? Oh, you want to play it? Can you play it? I mean, you can look it up on. I didn't give you that track, but it is on. It's on all streaming
let's
services.
go with a different track then.
Are you on Spot? Everything
Yeah,
on Spotify?
I'm on YouTube and Spotify.
Well, Claire will get it on Spotify.
Music Man is.
I protest Spotify. I do. I protest Spotify.
Billy Ray and the Bad Boys, Music Man.
Because they treat all the artists
They
like
treat
garbage.
me like crap. They're
And
stealing from me now.
To, have go there to use and listen to your music so that every 6 months you get a 3-cent check in the mail. Sorry, ain't happening. I think there are other better platforms out there. Where they're at, who knows? But
We're still trying to find ways to get our music out. I mean, we have a big Facebook following, and that's the one app that I've learned. Cause they didn't have cell phones when I came home. I went through so many cell phones when I first came home. Her teaching me how to use a smartphone. The last thing I'd seen before that was a rotary phone. You know what I mean? So it was a 5-year period of her teaching me how to use a phone. But
It was called
good.
Replacing phone several times.
But Facebook taught me how to reach out to the world, and that's where I got a good following at.
Well, I have 2 questions. Number one, Steve, this may fall on you, my friend. I'm not sure, but Jolie's missing. She's been missing for a bit.
Listen to Maddie. She knows. Madison's got it.
Maddie, see?
She has.
All right, and secondly, this is called Music Man?
Yeah, this song right here was written. I was wanting to write a song somewhere along the lines of "Turn the Page" by Bob Seger, and I wanted to write a song to express my love for music, and this is the song that I came up with.
Okay, here, Billy Ray and the Bad Boys here on Rock On Radio with a song called
Music Man.
Out on the road again, mile after mile, a lonely wind. I ask myself, why do this all the time? Another time, another show. I watch the screaming faces glow, and as they hear the sound of my song. Everything I do for the love of the music.
All right, we're coming back. When? Now.
I thought you don't have a headset. Oh, that's right. We took
you
it away
took
from
it
you.
and gave it to somebody else. That's okay.
I always thought you were
I'm all right with that. Billy Ray and the Bad Boys here on Rock On Radio. All right, website, social media, what?
We have a website, but it's not up and running yet. But it's coming. It's in the process of being put together.
That's
We're
like
still
being
waiting.
a little bit pregnant,
Yeah,
Billy.
it's a
Either
little
you
bit
do or you don't.
Well, in today's age, you never know. So anyway, I'm not going to go there. But no, we have a Facebook artist page under the name Billy Ray and the Bad Boys. We have a lot of upcoming events on there, a lot of video footage of some of our previous shows. We like to post a lot of our stuff. We have a great following of older fans that love to follow us online too, and that's where I got my start at was on Facebook. And I'm just now learning my way around TikTok, and so are these guys. We're all starting to learn our way to TikTok and the Instagrams and stuff. But I'm comfortable on Facebook.
I said last week, I'm not on TikTok, and all of a sudden I hear, oh, yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Madison,
Madison,
put me
not
on
me.
TikTok.
So at this point, our social media is just what we've generated myself and from just trial and error and learning and stuff. And I'm nowhere near proficient at it. And I need a Madison. I need someone to come take over my social media for us and help us grow. Can tell our story better than I can, or can help me tell it the best way I can. But we're getting there.
So,
but
this is not one of those. So, what are your influences? Questions. All right.
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive.
Okay. Just check it.
So, while you were away.
Mm-hmm.
What were you able to listen to? You said you had a radio in the cell.
We were able to have a little clock radio. It was like a little clock radio that you usually have, an alarm radio, but it had a little bitty speaker, like a headphone speaker in it, and you could barely hear it outside of your cell, but it was loud enough for you could hear songs. And we had like 4 different radio stations, local radio stations, and all of them were country. There was one rock and roll channel. There's a classic rock channel. And there was a lot of old 60s and 50s rock and roll, like the Buddy Holly stuff. And so I listened to a lot of that, and I listened to a lot of country music. Me, generally, I don't come from a country background as far as singing. I listen to the same stuff they do, like the 90s grunge and the 80s rock, big hair band stuff. But when I started writing stuff to paper, God was giving me country music. It was coming, the harmonies, when I started singing this stuff, that was coming through to me. But that's the best way to describe it is I was channeling it to paper, and then it was channeling it out of my mouth as country music, not rock and roll. So, and then I watched the documentary with Kenny Rogers. And Kenny Rogers, I found out he was in a rock and roll band before he was ever Kenny Rogers, and that he'd had the similar experience where they told him you'd be better off going country music, and then that's the way he went. The rest is history.
Mm-hmm. So I kind of got ahead of myself there. So you don't have a website, but you have social media,
We
right?
have
Facebook.
social media. We're on
You have
Facebook,
Instagram or
YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay, what's the YouTube channel?
Billy Ray and the Bad Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, it's under the same name, Billy Ray and the Bad Boys. And so yeah, we're on all. I think we're on all of them. Just about. We're on a bunch of streaming services. We have an album out called Bonafide that's out, and that's what some of the numbers we're doing tonight are off that album.
How many tracks?
7.
Seven
On the first. It's like a mini release.
Okay.
Promo release, and we came out with a new single called "Deal with the Devil" here recently, and there's a video on YouTube with that. We did a video with it, so it's a cool video, interactive video of us, the band, and it tells the story of the devil, which is the woman in your, I met the devil face to face. It tells us. We're not going to do that song for you now. I might have sent it to you. I don't know. Probably not.
Did he send it to us, Claire?
I have everything on Spotify, whether he sent it or not.
It's on there too. Deal with the Devil's on there too.
I know. It started playing it, but I had muted it.
So Mike back there, you said that you guys were hard rockers, right?
Well,
No, I thought it's classic rock.
more classic rock.
Okay.
Gotta give him a microphone.
Beatles, Floyd.
Grab your mic back there. Mike. There you go.
All right, I think that works.
So who did you listen to growing up? I mean, what were you what did you like to play as a guitarist?
As a guitarist, I guess the first stuff I learned was like Jimmy Page stuff, Jimi Hendrix. You know, that was the kind of stuff kind of learned to play on. John, can you think of any of the? I mean, a lot of the Who. I mean, stuff like that. You know, we learned all that kind of stuff, and then punk rock and new wave came out. And
The Clash.
The Clash, yeah.
That's the kind of stuff you guys like to play back in the day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Elvis Costello and things like that. And,
See, like her
Talking Heads.
friend Walter says, I've had lead poisoning since I was 12. Like
Oh, yeah.
And there's just so much that goes off of that, because it's funny. I'm primarily a blues musician now. I love playing blues music, not because of its simplicity, but because of the fact you have to use your dynamics, and it's as a drummer, and I know John, you'll attest to this, is that you have to know the notes not to play.
Right.
You know,
less is best.
Right, yeah. I had a gentleman. His name was Tom Moralda, and I think Art, you know Tom Moralda, right? Tom, I was 15 in a recording studio for the first time at his house. He had a basement studio, and I'm not the kind of drummer to overfill. I always keep it simple. And boy, but that red light went on, and I thought to myself, there is no way on God's green earth I'm ever going to be in a studio again. This is it. And so we start doing our original songs. I am overfilling like, oh, my Lord.
I've been there.
And Tom Moralda stopped me. Tom Moralda stopped me, and he said, I want to see the drummer in the booth, just the drummer. And I go in, and he looks at me, and he says, son, less is more. He said, if you're going to keep filling like that, nothing you do is going to stand out.
That's right.
Pick your spots and make them count. And I still talk to Tom to this day. And I was 15.
He told you like it is, though.
Right.
Right.
So less is more when it comes to that kind of thing. And when you're playing music like this, that is, I don't want to say simplistic, because it's not simplistic.
Right.
But it's straightforward. Here it
Exactly.
is. This is great. You need to be more dynamic, or you need to have your highs and lows, or your modulation.
Have the vocals on top.
Right.
It's a storytelling.
It's a story, right? You got to paint pictures.
Exactly.
It sounds like, from what I've heard so far, you paint pictures with your words.
That's what I do.
Like, which is fantastic. So, and that's great. What about you, Zach? What'd you listen to as a younger child?
A lot of Beatles and stuff, and my influence. My first song I ever learned was a Buddy Holly song. But now it's more just like John Mayer and Ed Sheeran and stuff like that I play. I don't really listen to.
Guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not much of a listener of them, but it's what I'm pretty good at. So playing wise, so I just stick to that.
Okay. All right. So what, as a kid, what did you enjoy playing?
When I first started, just Beatles stuff.
So whatever your dad had on the
was
turntable.
It was the Beatles.
I really enjoyed like Nirvana, the Unplugged
Okay.
album. That was like I was obsessed with that.
What was the attraction?
Just I really liked the last song on the album, Where'd You Sleep Last Night?
Okay.
That was like one of my favorites. Just really all the songs.
All right. So how does that affect? And let me ask Brian. Same thing. What did you grow up listening to?
So I grew up listening to like all the stuff that my brothers had laying around. So it was a lot of the same stuff. He was just talking about the Who, the Police, Clash, the Doors, all that kind of stuff. And then in the '80s, like Van Halen and that kind of stuff with the all the synthesizer stuff. I started thinking like, yeah, I could play all that, And then turned out I couldn't play all that.
I like honesty. All right. Well, Steve, we already established you played in metal bands, but is that you said Molly Hatchet and Leonard Skinner and?
Yeah, growing up in Florida in the 70s, of course, my high school band had 3 guitars, a lot of Southern rock and stuff. But my mom and dad listened to a lot of really good music. Chuck Berry, Little Richard, James Brown. Wish I had gotten some of that soul, but I'm terrible. I'm as white as Wonder Bread. Playing soul. I've done albums, pop, rock. I've done theater. I've spent 7 years in a blues band. I think I'm just a musician, not a heavy metal bass player.
Yeah, he's a musician.
I like playing everything I can sink my teeth into. It doesn't matter. Grand Funk for me, huge Grand Funk fan. Johnny Winter, stuff like that. Growing up listening to Alvin Lee, thinking this is some of the best rock I've ever heard in my life, not realizing these are old blues standards. That these guys were just making their own, just killing it. Really great stuff. And I would listen to Southern rock, and my dad would come in and say, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "Charlie Daniels." And he's like, "What kind of music is that?" I'm like, "Southern rock." And he's like, "No, son, that's country." And I'm a teenager, and I'm like, "No, that's not country. That's Southern rock. I don't listen to country."
Right.
And here I am, came full circle.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because that's when I said about lead poisoning. I was 12 for my 12th birthday. I got Led Zeppelin 4, and I'm listening, and like within 2 weeks, I go out and I scrounge my paper money together, and I go out and buy Led Zeppelin 1. And I'm listening to Led Zeppelin 1, and I'm like, You Shook Me, and How Many More Times, and there, these blues tunes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, for years I thought that was Led Zeppelin. And then somebody's like, "God, I ripped that off of Willie Dixon." I'm like, "Who the heck is Willie Dixon?" And then I'm like, "Okay, well, maybe I should see who this." So I'm like getting encyclopedias. Who is Willie Dixon? Oh shoot! And then you look up the song. Now, of course, we didn't have the internet; couldn't just plug it in and play. So you go to the record store and you buy it. And I'm like, "Ah, all right, I see where they went with this." And and then Memphis Minnie with When the Levee Breaks. And I was very sad about that one. Because as much as I want to credit Memphis Minnie, gosh, nobody plays that song like Led Zeppelin. They gave it a whole new life, And matter of fact, Jason Bonham, who I've been lucky enough to interview in my life, he told me, and then he gave me tickets to a show that they were doing with Hart at down in Camden at the whatever it's called now. I don't even know what it's called now down there.
Freedom something or other?
Freedom Pavilion.
Pavilion, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think the last time I was there was the E-Center. I don't know. But anyway, so and he come out and he does his whole Led Zeppelin experience, And he gets to When the Levee Breaks. And he stands up behind the drum kit and he says, "There's only one man that can play this song the right way." And a video pops up, and it's his father doing the intro. And then when the whole band came in, then he sat down and started playing.
Yeah,
and it was like the whole place. Look, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. I was
about
like,
it.
holy cow, So my question is, and I don't care which one of you guys answer this. Well, actually, you're out, Billy.
Yeah,
Just sit there, because you can't answer this. I don't care which one of you guys answer this or answer it first. How does all of that translate into Billy's music?
It's like making a tossed salad.
Yeah.
You put all these ingredients together and mix it up, and it turns out delicious.
I do that with alcohol.
No comment.
A little bit of this.
No comment.
A little bit of
I
that.
was trying to keep it clean.
What?
There's a flask
showered.
of justice somewhere in this band that
The back line of chaos is my bass player and my drummer, and that's what we call them, the back line of chaos. And they have the flask of justice back there that they have. They've already got their own traditions and everything. I'm out of everything. I'm just the singer now. You know what I mean? They have their own
flask
thing
of
going
justice.
on. Yeah.
Truth serum.
Yeah.
I get it.
But
So
that's the magic of
see,
music.
I don't partake, so they keep it away from me. They keep their flask of justice on the other side of the room.
We pay attention at times and we watch the glasses, and if he happens to reach for one, everybody's hollering, "Not that one!"
Billy's taking a sip of a couple of my sodas.
Sodas once by mistake.
He turned inside out real quick. Man.
Yeah, but yeah.
You guys need like them old label makers that look like the Starship Enterprise. Remember? Joe.
But
Go ahead, John.
that's what the magic of music is, really. It's any band, really, not just us band. I mean, if you look at a lot of even the great bands, sometimes they're just each member is influenced by a certain genre or whatever, and you just put it together, and that's where that sound comes, and you can't duplicate that.
Well,
you can imitate it.
Look at the band Journey, right?
Yeah.
Steve Smith, they call him Steve Machine Gun Smith. He's a heavy jazz player.
Right.
Yeah.
Yet he made his best known as the drummer of Journey.
Yep.
Right.
So, well, let's do some more music.
Sounds like a plan.
Sound good?
We
Y'all
going
do
live
so-
or Memorex?
I think we'll play one. We'll play one live for you.
All right.
We're going to do Soko and live for you. We're going to do the song that started this whole adventure with Studio 6 in Riverton and this whole band. This is the very first song I did with them.
All right.
She took this heart of mine and broke that thing about 1,000 times and left it laying somewhere down the road. And each time I try again, I fall flat on my face, and then I'm left here drinking with my only friends. So going live, yeah, it gets me every time. I drink it so this lonely heart can go on. And Quavo is fine, but it stops me on a dime. I drink it so my broken heart can go on. Yeah, things are looking rough, my head's held high and I'm smiling tough. I'm trying to find an easy way back home. And I think I've heard enough about paying the bills and that working stuff. I'm kinda lonely, but I'll never be alone. 'Cause I got so going live, yeah, it gets me every time. I drink it so this lonely heart can go on. And Quavo is fine, but it stops me on a dime. I drink it so my broken heart can go on. Yeah, good time. So going line, yeah, it gets me every time. I drink it so this lonely heart can go on. Quavo is fine, but it stops me on a dime. I drink it so this lonely heart can go on. Oh, I drink it so this lonely heart can go on. Oh, I drink it so this lonely heart can go on.
Billy Ray and the Bad Boys here on Rock on Radio. from what I recall about that day at Dad's, you're a very high energy guy.
I am. This is about the most I've sat still in 5 years. So
I just remember during your set, you started out, you had on 2 shirts, and then I think you had on no shirt. And if they didn't stop you, you would have been like Flea from the Chili Peppers.
I would have been
sock.
I tend to put out a burst a lot. I'm like a supernova when I'm up on the stage.
No, and I say that, I kid you and I tease you about that, but that's what people want to see. So many times you go there and you go to watch a band and they just go through the motions and it's like, what the heck? Why are they even up there? Or people want to be. You're a performer.
Yeah,
perform.
That's what these guys convinced me. I mean, even when we first started this, I was still on the fence of whether or not this was what I really wanted. If I was my calling, because I could dream it. I can dream it in a prison cell, but putting it into action is a whole different thing. And this man right here is the main contributor of it, but he's convinced me that I am a good front man and that I have a great story to tell and that I have good energy. And over the last year, he's turned me into a believer. So,
well, no, I can't even debate that because he was fantastic. You guys were all fantastic. There was energy. You're lively. Brian, you're a little subdued right now, but Steve's asleep again. I see he got his head down. Madison,
Steve is never
taser
asleep,
away, so I can't shoot him. But oh, there he is. He's he's laughing. All right, I was ready to stick a mirror under your nose. Make sure you're breathing on me there.
Wrong comment. You stepped right into that one.
Oh, Lord. Him and Steve are going to get along just great.
Nobody bring out $1.
Now, make sure you don't get Steve's information because y'all might not y'all spend too much time together.
I forget what I was talking about. What was I talking about?
I don't know.
Producer Claire?
I rarely know what you're talking about.
Well, energy.
Thank you very much.
See,
energy.
Brian's hired. You're
quietly, but I know what you're talking
there
about.
You go.
Yes.
Oh, you are now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I had suspicions.
Oh, Lord, I love Brian.
Let's turn it on. Sugar. So
you could leave it on because I can.
Now that I totally forget where the thought train has been
energy,
totally derailed.
energy.
Okay, so you have a lot of energy.
I have a lot of
But where were you going with that comment?
So I was about to remember it.
Okay, good.
Rudely
interrupted you.
Rudely interrupted. So you have a lot of energy. Now, again, I know it's impossible as a band to not feed off of that because it strikes me as he won't allow it. And not that I mean like, he's going to crack the whip and say, I demand that you have energy. No. But you guys kind of feed off that, just like the crowd feeds off that. And you won this Battle of the Bands, which is why you're here.
Yes, sir.
Which, by the way, I would have had you even if you didn't win Battle of the Bands.
I appreciate that, too.
But which is why you're here. But you did that because maybe it's a combination of you had the most friends there to vote or the fact that you guys were the best band there that day. We had Signature in here a couple of weeks ago, and, they were also one of the best bands.
Yeah, they were very really good that day.
Excellent.
Very good.
They got a tuba in a rock band. I'm in.
That was kicking ass.
Right.
Excuse my language. But, yeah, they kicked. I'm actually really good friends with him now. Me and him have been talking a lot, the lead singer for him. We're getting friend. I can't even remember his name, but we're friends on Facebook, and we're following each. Harry Brister, I think.
Yes,
his name
Harry.
is.
Yes, Harry Brister.
Harry
Yep.
Brister. But I knew the name, so I didn't want to muck it up on live on the air. But yeah, I do know his name, and we have talked a few times, and I really admire a tuba in a band, and it's original too. You're writing your own stuff. I love it. Loved every bit of it. So.
Yeah, no, they were also, but you see there too, they had energy. They didn't have the energy you guys had, but they had energy, and it was good energy. And that's
Very
what
good
people
energy.
want to see.
Exactly.
You know?
I've had all these years to plan this, and I'm going to put every bit of energy I can on the stage and to give the crowd. People are there to get away for a while from whatever, whether it's a major problem or a little problem. But music is supposed to separate us from the veil of madness of this world for a little while.
Now,
and give us some peace.
As I said earlier, I get to interview some pretty famous people. I'm very fortunate that way. And recently I interviewed a gentleman by the name of Derek Coleman. I talked about it last week. And Derek was the lead singer in a prog rock band, one of the very first prog rock bands to fall under that genre of a band called Gentle Giant.
Oh.
Okay? So... But then Derek went on to be a record company executive. He was an A&R guy. Then he was a record company executive. He signed Bon Jovi. He revitalized the careers of AC/DC. Who else did he sign? He signed a whole bunch of big-name bands. And him and I had a discussion about A&R because no record labels have A&R departments now. And... he said, your best bet is to DIY it. Yeah, you've got to do this yourself because you're going to be able to get out there. He said the only alternative is a small label like this, like Deco, where they can help you get your stuff out. Because a lot of these smaller labels are really they're miles ahead of the major labels. The major labels now are nothing really. I mean, Deco is a distribution label. That's all they have become. And they have no more artist development, so to speak. So, like, you said that he's developing you in the studio. So there's going to come to a point where Facebook and Instagram and TikTok aren't going to do it. So you have to develop a plan of some sort.
Yeah.
And there's just so many angles to look at that. Everybody comes in here, and I have a woman who has been on this show more times than I have hair on my head. Okay,
Whoa, that's
which
not
ain't a lot.
bad, Andy.
I know. Go ahead. I beat you to it. But she posts on social media 2, 3, 5 times a day on every platform, every day of the week.
I don't have that energy.
Exactly. And she does very well through social media. Right now she's on a U.S. tour, and she's doing headlining a couple places, small venues, but she's doing really well. So I guess, given the fact that, as I said earlier, I have bath towels older than Zach, Zach being the youngest of all you gentlemen, how do us old guys function in the social media world? I mean, I have a Madison. Deco has a Madison.
Well,
so
you're way ahead of the game on me because I'm wanting to take her home with me. So we need somebody on our side. Definitely going to be reaching out to DMing you.
He better have pizza.
We'll have pizza. But I was told that if you're passionate about what you're doing, and you put a good product together, it's going to sell itself. So it's going to find a way to find its way out, and that's where I'm at now. I'm going to let the chips lay where they fall. I'm going to follow and learn as I go, but I'm not trying to force my way out here. I want to earn my way. I'm a kid. I'm like a brand new baby out here, and I know I'm just going to take it as it comes. Opportunities like this to tell my story and try to stay humble the whole way. And I want to maintain control of my own music. I don't want to sign a big label. I don't want a big label. I don't want it.
I will tell you this.
I want to take care of her and my family, and that's it.
I will tell you this. I have been blessed for the last 7 or 8 years to also have Claire. Claire does my website. Claire does all our Facebook posts. I mean, we both do, but
Yeah.
she kicks my rear end on that.
I share yours out.
So, between she focuses on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference. It's good to not have, it's going to sound really counterproductive or intuitive. It's good to not have aspirations of grandeur. Because that usually leads to forcing things. And
I've been through that already a couple of times.
Okay. See, when I started this radio show back in April of 2009, I didn't have visions of grandeur. I still don't. See, she laughs. But I still don't. But what I do get out of it is the ability to meet people such as yourselves. And I get the ability to integrate myself into multiple music scenes. When this show began, most of my shows and guests came from where I was doing band gigs, Asbury Park, Point Pleasant, Long Branch, all that stuff along the Jersey Shore, which I still have a presence there today. Nowhere near as large as it was before, but I still have a presence there. Then I and I always had, because I wrote for the Trentonian newspaper, I always had the Trenton music scene around here. But which is what I'm going to get into more with Art about the Trenton music scene. But the problem with the Trenton scene today, like back when I was a 17-year-old drummer just getting out of high school and starting to play bars, drinking age was 18, and you could get into a bar, and there was a bar on every corner in Trenton.
Yeah.
And so you didn't have problems working. Now it's not so much. Now you have the same 15 cover bands vying to play like 6 bars.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then now, through Carrie McKay, I've begun to go a little further south. Burlington and Salem and Gloucester and, bands that are willing to travel.
We're glad you came.
And well, we're glad that you made the trip. So it's constantly an evolving thing, but I've never I've accepted my lot in life, and that's to help people like you. Being a musician, I know what it's like. So I think it's when you tend to think that you're better than you are or that you deserve better, that's when you're going to fall apart. But if you stay steady.
I think we all have. Everybody has a part of them that's easily shined on. You know what I mean? We can shine ourselves on in a heartbeat. And I've done it several times in the last year. There's been several times where this endeavor almost ended, not in a flame out or nothing, but basically, it almost fell apart due to some pushing issues of grandeur. But God humbles me every time, and it don't take long. It don't take long for me to stay in it before I figure out that no. It's usually when I'm banging my head against the wall and trying to force things that I'm miserable, and it reflects on everything I'm doing. So I try to keep that out. I try to stay humble as much as possible. It's hard.
You almost have to, because it cracks me up when it's out of all the people I interview, when I interview the people who are legitimate A-listers like Rick Wakeman, artists like that, John Ann. I've interviewed a lot of big names over my lifetime. They're the nicest people. Nicest people. It's when I interview the local band that's got 1 or 2 CDs out and are maybe doing really well for themselves, where they have the arrogance and pompousness, and it's just like I want to just look at them and say, go home and look in the mirror, because you ain't done nothing. They're afraid to go out of their area.
Yeah.
Like, you're here.
Yeah.
You're here.
I'm ready to go anywhere.
And you're ready to go anywhere. There's a lot of bands that won't play out of their area because then their friends and family won't come, and they're afraid that music isn't going to stand up to test. It's just the only way you go out and find out if you're any good. Play it for people who don't know you.
Exactly.
And most of your family and friends aren't going to tell you you're terrible. I mean, I have a few that will. Like my own mother. Why are you still doing that radio show? You never make any money at it. Then I give her some ether, and she goes to sleep.
That's a good. Can I take some home with me? No.
That was my pickup line for the longest time. Does this smell like ether? Yeah, but so it's you got to keep it in perspective, and who's the main humbler? Who humbles them? Dory. We're blaming Dory again.
She's my compass. She's my light tower in the stormy sea. And sometimes I lose sight of her, and I take her for granted sometimes, just because, again, I still have this childlike nature in a lot of ways in relationships in my life. And I never learned how to deal. Learned how to deal with emotions as
I'm
a
glad
young
they're
man,
catching this on
know?
film. Did you catch that face she made?
So she's teaching me. She's been teaching me. She's more than a best friend. She is a moral compass. She is a compass. She guides me. When I want to be an idiot, she
She's a
brings
compass.
me back around.
They used to call me Crumpus.
Crumpus too, Krampus.
Well, let's do some more music. We got about 15, 20 minutes left?
Guess so.
All right, let's do some more music.
Y'all want to play again? Y'all want to do Bad Boy? Or do we want to listen to one? You want to listen?
Yeah, we got time to do two more.
All right, let's do. We'll play
Or
Bad
three?
Boy. We'll play Bad Boy.
Bad Boy. All right. Just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. I have Billy Ray and the Bad Boys. And what's the social media again?
Facebook is our artist page is Billy Ray and the Bad Boys.
Okay. No Instagram or?
We have Instagram under the same name, Billy Ray and the Bad Boys.
Okay.
They can find our album Bonafide on all streaming services. It's on Amazon.
Bonafide.
It's on iTunes, Apple Music.
We'll talk a little bit about that when we come back to
Yeah, cool. So, but this song right here is called Bad Boy, and it says it all. I've been a bad boy for far too long. Living the life of an outlaw, living life on the run. I've been down in an old penitentiary. I've been a bad
on Radio. Zach, you like that Takamine?
It's not mine, actually.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Q's over there.
It's Q's?
You know?
But he does like it.
I do like it. That's why I'm playing it.
Q, that looks like that's probably about 20, 25 years old. Yeah. I used to play with two gentlemen that were my very first band. We kind of, three of us reunited and did an acoustic thing. And both of them had, one had a Takamine, the other had a Martin.
Yeah, I was trying out
But
other bands that were twice as much, and this just sounded, felt right. I love it.
nice. All right. So you might have to fight him to get it
Yeah,
back.
you might not get it back.
I'm ready.
So the album is called Bonafide, and it's 7 songs. Is that because you didn't want 8, or was that because you had to stop at 7? For whatever the reason may
Kind
be.
of just stopped at that point, get this out, and actually we're recording a new one right now
Okay.
as we speak. We just laid the drum track.
Yeah, we told him about that earlier. We have a single out.
Yeah, so we got 2 coming up for the next album.
And all 8 of them are on Spotify.
Okay.
So they're out there.
And you have Deal with the Devil out?
Yeah.
Yes, we released that as a single.
You want to play that, Claire?
Yeah, we can play that one. I'd love you to hear that
We'll
one.
play Deal. Okay, it's a video on your YouTube
Yeah, there's
channel?
one YouTube video out with it too. So
All right. Well, we'll play Deal with the Devil, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit, maybe get to one more music, and then wrap it up.
all right, thank
How's
you very
that?
much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Billy Ray and the Bad Boys, their latest single called
Deal with the Devil.
I met the devil face to face. She told me, son, you'll never get away. I own the deed to your soul. Time to pay the piper, so come on, let's go. I said, no, I don't want to go. No, no, no. So I told the devil, give me some time. I got a few things I got to get in line. Kiss my baby, hold her tight. Make love under the pale moonlight. And in the morning when the sun does rise, I'd gladly let the devil take me for that ride. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! For one more night with my baby, I'd gladly let the devil take me for that ride. Hell yeah, 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 yeah. for that ride.
There we go. Billy Ray and the Bad Boys here on Rock On Radio. There's a video for that on your YouTube channel, which is
under Billy Ray and the Bad Boys too.
All right. So what do you guys have for upcoming gigs? Where can I find you?
Well,
where can they find you?
October the 31st, Halloween night, we're going to be playing at the Summit. Where's it? Summit Winery in Glassboro. Summit Hill. What do we call it? Where's Summit Hill Place? Summit Hill Place Winery.
Okay.
Is that
Glassboro.
hill or heel?
Heel. I don't.
Hill.
I'm probably
Heel.
butchering it.
It's on the heel,
I'm probably
not in the
butchering it.
valley.
And it had gone so well to that point.
But November the 1st, we're playing at the Golden Nugget, which is in Berlin, New Jersey. Not to be confused
Not the casino?
with the casino, but the
Okay.
Golden Nugget, which is where people, if you're a country music band, they play at the Nugget. So we're finally getting to play at one of the, what is it called? Summit City Farms. Summit City Farms is where we're playing on the
Well, that's close to Hill. I'll give you that. It's on the hill.
It's on the hill.
It's a farm on the hill.
Yeah, so we have 2 upcoming gigs there. We have a big private event we're doing October the 25th for a big corporation. We're having a corporate party, and we've been hired to do their entertainment for the day. Nice. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Beyond that, we haven't got anything booked yet. Just a lot of things in the fire, mainly just sticking to recording and putting some gigs together as we go.
Okay.
But
Nice.
that's the only thing we got coming up is the next 2 gigs.
I think, Steve, did you have something you wanted to say back there?
Well, you asked where we were at. I said, I'm right here.
No, I knew that. And I could tell. But, sometimes we drift off, Steve.
And we are open for.
He's got to get his microphone though.
And he should talk on his
Him and-
mic, right?
him and
Nobody-
Q.
you
No
know
one's
what we
gonna
need?
know.
We just need, ambience everywhere. 'Cause
We do.
nobody talks into their microphone.
Or Phil Donahue to run around with the microphone.
We do have business cards.
Madison.
You got business cards?
Which I'm gonna
Nice.
But we have business cards and we do private events and do shows. Anybody needs a birthday party or whatever, we'll come sing some happy birthday for the kiddos or whatever. And the grown-ups too.
Grown-ups.
Preferably especially with the flask man over here. He's got to have somewhere to refill his flask at.
I have a flask in my golf bag at all times. When it's needed, I call it swing lube.
Hey, everybody's got a name, right?
Got to keep the flask of justice full up for my boys over here. But,
do we have time for another tune or no? How much time we have left? No, we don't have enough time.
Yeah, we're
okay.
good.
All right. Well, so you've got those things coming up. What's it, Brian? What's it like out of practice, man? What goes on in practice?
I've been sworn to secrecy. On that. We're not
Excellent.
allowed to tell.
They're bad boys. They don't talk about what they do at
I
practice.
can tell you one thing now. I can tell you. So since my keyboard, I take up the most amount of space. They kind of put me over in the corner, which also happens to be like their little bar.
where the
area.
bar's at.
So I end up being like the bar.
So he's at the bar.
as well, and I don't
The
get tips.
bartender.
Yeah, I don't get any
Piano
tips for it
man.
at all.
Yeah.
Sing us a song.
Sing us a song. Yeah.
Wow. There's just a lot wrong with that there.
There is, and I don't even really drink, so
No?
no.
Maybe you should start.
Around these guys, I
Well, that's it. What, if you did drink, what would be your liquor of choice?
I don't know. That's how bad it is. I don't know.
We'll go there. Steve, do I dare ask?
Bourbon, tequila, vodka, gin.
All
beer.
together.
All the basic food groups?
Yeah.
You only have 4 minutes.
It's gotta be good liquor. You don't get hungover from good liquor. That's all I'm gonna say.
So basically, you have to ask him what he doesn't like.
The amazing thing about this band is that we have several people that drink alcohol, and then we have several of us that don't drink, and it doesn't matter. The ones that do drink protects the ones that don't drink and make sure that we don't have it ever around us like it shows and stuff like that. You know, they look out for us. You know,
Okay.
The ones that don't partake of that. So.
Does Mike, do you drink?
No.
Okay. So there's the three.
Yeah, I have.
Zach?
Every once in a while.
Okay.
I'm
What
like
do you-
a 2-beer guy.
2-beer guy?
Yeah.
What kind of beer?
I'm a Guinness guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Guinness.
especially in these next coming months.
Guinness is good for you. That's right.
Why, what's
Halfway to St. Patrick's Day was last month. Correct. John?
Jameson, like father, like son, Guinness, and whatever's in the flask. It's like potluck.
That's it. Now, what kind of Jemison?
Just the regular.
Regular?
Yeah. I like the stout, though. I tried that.
In the Caskmates?
Yeah.
The stout?
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was
I'm
pretty
a
damn
Black
good.
Barrel guy myself. I like the Black Barrel.
We'll have to do
Very
that.
smooth.
All right, we'll have to talk.
Now, if I'm making like a green tea cocktail, I
Right.
just regular Jemison is fine. But or if I was shooting it, regular Jemison would be fine. But if I'm sitting home smoking a cigar and sipping, Black Barrel.
That's good stuff.
Or the Caskmates. That Caskmates is very good as well. What'd you drink when you used to raise hell?
Anything that came out of a bottle.
Excellent. Well, it's probably good that you stopped. Dory, dare I ask?
I drink occasionally. I don't drink all the time, but him.
You said occasionally. I saw the funniest video yesterday on Instagram. Woman said, "Do you drink alcohol occasionally or regularly?" He says, "Occasionally. But the occasions come quite regularly."
That's a good one. That's a good way to close it right there.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Julie, thank you. Now, you escaped earlier, and you didn't come back right away. I was concerned about the coyotes. Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, Wile E. Coyote drove a car at some point. So, all right.
Into a wall.
Art and I will be hanging around back here. We will be totally unsupervised at Deco. We can get in a lot of trouble, Art. We could, but all right, gentlemen. Thank you so much for making the trip, Dory. Thank you. Thank you for being good sports and putting up with me. Claire does it for the last 7 or 8 years now.
Thank you, Claire.
And look,
Yep.
see, when she started here, you know,
I was called Chocolate Eclair because I brought chocolate.
and she brought chocolates to the show.
And
She
I was
Chocolate
just the
Eclair.
producer. I wasn't the sound engineer and the producer.
Yeah, actually, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, yesterday.
that we lost our engineer to cancer, and Claire took over. And
I never looked
God
back.
bless Art Ackerman. He was a good man. And Kate, I heard
miss
from
him.
Kate today.
Yeah.
She's like, we have to bump into each other.
I know. That's true.
His daughter. So, gentlemen, thank you so much,
you.
man.
Thank
Billy Ray and the Bad Boys. Next week we have a Frankie show, or we have Eliza Niels, because Eliza said, "Daddy, I need to come back on before November 1st."
Okay.
So we'll see where we go with that. Until then, rock on!